Oh, hey everybody, sorry, I didn't notice you there. Apparently I'm talking to a camera now. All right, hey everybody and welcome back. This is another video. We're going to take a look at the oscillators that are included with the Umbrella Modular Bundle. Now, a question that I have received on many of the modules that I have released, especially if it's an LFO, is can it run at audio rate? And the answer is yes. There is actually a very neat feature built into these oscillators. I will show you that next. All right, so the very first question that you may have, I just said that this can run at audio rate, and you might be wondering, where's the volt per octave input? Audio rate is a little bit of a hidden feature with these modules. Let me show you how it works. So I'm gonna add the oscillator that comes included with the voltage modulator here. And one of the first things I want to point out actually is this port right here, this hard sync port. Now I promise this is a video about our oscillators, not about this one, but I'm gonna show you something. There's actually two ways to control the pitch of an oscillator. One is that you give it the pitch CV. The second is that you patch an oscillator that's already running at the frequency that you want the pitch to be at into hard sync. What hard sync is doing is every time the input waveform in hard sync turns positive, it will force the following oscillator to restart its waveform. That was a bunch of words. That basically means that we can take the square wave out of an oscillator and we can patch it here to clock. Now at this point, what's going on within this LFO is a couple of things are happening. First of all, this clock input is pitch accurate. And as the pitch changes on this leading oscillator, it will be instantly reflected on the following oscillator. The second thing that's going on here is that the oscillator is recognizing that it has exceeded its low frequency and it is now running at audio rate. And when it recognizes that, it will kick in 2x oversampling to reduce aliasing. All right, so that was a lot of theory. Let's actually listen to this. So I'm gonna just take the output here and we'll take a listen. So there you can hear it's running. Now watch this. As I change the pitch of this leading oscillator, you can see it's following it. I can even do it on the sense level. Yeah, so basically what's happening here is this clock input really is pitch accurate. And any of the features that we want to use around changing the shape or changing the frequency, we can drive what the actual pitch is simply by driving the pitch into this oscillator and then using the square output to control the clock rate. With that understanding in place, let's start playing with this because it turns out that at audio rate, there are some interesting features that happen. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mixer to this patch. Oh, wrong kind of mixer. All right, so we're going to listen on port number 1, that's going to be LFO smooth, and port number 2, that's going to be our leading oscillator. Now you can decide if you do or don't want to listen to that leading oscillator. That's entirely up to you, and you can get kind of creative in how you patch this, but check this out. You recall that when a clock is connected to the clock input, the frequency knob changes functions from setting the absolute frequency to setting a multiplier. Okay, so listen to what's going to happen here as I change this. So if you listen carefully, you can hear there are actually two tones in this. We are hearing two distinct pitches in this signal. Now I'm going to change this so that it's easier to hear. So the high here is that's the leader and low is the follower. Okay, so already this is really neat, right? Because what we've actually ended up with here is we have ended up with a sub-oscillator that at the moment, let me see what's the tooltip here. At the moment we are 1/2 below, so that means we are 1/5 below. And if I turned it down to, oh wait, no. 1/2 would be 1 octave below and 2/3 would be 1/5 below. So there we're actually getting some harmony. Here we have a sub-oscillator with 1 octave below, and then a quarter, that's going to be 2 octaves below. That's way too low. It also goes the other direction. So there you can see when it's in synchronization, we lose a lot of that width. That's where a sub-oscillator, or in this case a harmonic oscillator, can actually add a lot of interest. Now, this is cool because it is possible to modulate that waveform. So I'm going to grab this one over here, and let's modulate the frequency. Oh, that's cool. I didn't intend for that, but that's kind of cool. I'm going to take out our follower oscillator there. Yeah, already. We could run that into a delay and have this really cool kind of sci-fi chiptune thing going on. Oh, that was too far. All right, I'm going to stop myself. I could play with that for probably half a day. Anyways, I hope you're getting the idea here of what is happening. Now, by the way, this also works with shape as well. So I'm going to turn it back up, and we can sweep through the shapes. And we've just got a basic one here. Now, as you might recall, on all of these LFOs, the very last shape it has an element of random in it. So just adding in the oscillator here, let's take a look. I'm going to bring the audio down real quick while we take a look at this. And you recall here, as I scrub over to the right, we're getting some randomness there, right? Same thing here on this one. We can see we're getting randomness. Yeah, same thing here on this one. Now, in the audio world, when you run something at audio rate and it has random elements, what you get is noise. Now, what's cool about this is we can change the pitch of that noise. But it's a little different. This isn't the same noise that you would get out of a white noise or pink noise generator. In fact, let's take a listen to all of them, because I don't know about you, but I like to nerd out on different noises. There's a character and a distinctness to noise. So let me go ahead. I'm going to patch all of these in here. They're all running at audio rate right now. And let's just take a listen. Let me reset all this. All right. So this one's kind of like a classic white noise, but it's a little bit more muted. So this one's neat because it's almost got this radioactive kind of glitchy thing going on the top of it. Again, it's unique, right? These are raw ingredients that you could use to build your own percussion. And this one, like, what is that? That's so cool. All right, so let me just show you real quick. I'm going to wrap it up with this. Really, this video is just showing you how these operate and giving you some ideas for experimentation. One of the things that I like to do with sounds like this, you can see here I've added a plugin host. I like to run this into very dense reverb or delay. And one of the ones that I like to do this with is called Spaced Out. All right, so this is Spaced Out here, and what Spaced Out does is it is both a reverb and a delay baked into one, and of course it's stereo, so let's just take a listen to this real quick. Yeah, like already, whoa, what is this? You know, and potentially something that we could do is we could fade between different kinds of noise. Like maybe there's a crossfader involved here. That's just so wild. All right, well, like I said, I could easily go and play with that for another half a day. There's a lot of fun and a lot of weird sounds to be made here, particularly with the noise. It's possible to synthesize your own percussion. A bunch of fun stuff here. I'm going to make a video about how to do some percussion in the next one, but I hope you have fun exploring a new dimension of this oscillation bundle. Thanks, everyone.